Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today for week 4 of my card creation series. This is Rochelle Laird Smith. I'm from Stampin' Flair and I'm based in Melbourne in Australia. So every month I do share a new card focus or bundle focus or something like that featuring a product, and every Sunday I share a new card. So you get 4 cards featuring this, whatever my featured product is that month. This month it has been the Modern Christmas Suite, and it has in that suite the ornamental Christmas bundle. So today I've got another card, and I'll be also using some other DSP in it. So I hope you enjoy it. If you are joining me, please say hello and ask any questions you have. I'd love to help you out, whether you're new to crafting or uh, been crafting forever. I do want to share with you an offer we have at the moment with regards to the starter kit, and this ends on the 31st of October, so you've got 5 more days. You can take advantage of it. So you get 2 options. For $60 you can choose $235 of product, or for $169 you can choose $344 of product. I will explain a little bit more as we go along, but this is a no obligation starter kit. You can just purchase the product, enjoy it. If you want to know more about what it entails, you can hop onto my website or just message me. There's nothing more to purchase till April. If you don't want to, you can just keep the starter kit and enjoy everything in there. So this is an offer not to be missed. I think it's just a fabulous deal. Hello, Margaret. It's lovely to have you here. Great to see you here. Thank you so much. So I'm going to be creating this fun card. I think it's a beautiful color palette. I enjoyed it anyway. So I hope you enjoyed. And I'm coming off the back of Stamping Lounge weekend. So excuse my voice. I have had 2 full days of a retreat, and sometimes I don't realize when we do these things that the voice gets really tired. So I can hear my voice sounding a little bit tired. So I'm going to be stamping this particular image in Tuxedo Black. That's the image, and you get a die to cut that out. Now this stamp also has a die, but it's not a detailed die, so I'll be stamping that, and I'll be fussy cutting that out. Oops. Now, yesterday was World Fussy Cutting Day. You'll have to let me know. Are you a fussy cutter, or it's something you avoid like crazy? I'm going to clean my hands because I can see a bit of black there on my hands. You should see my desk. The little bit you see is about the only place that's clear. The rest of it is like nuts, because in our retreat we did 18 cards. So live we did let me count, 12, so 6 on each day. I've done that upside down. I don't know why, but anyway. And then I'm going to be coloring that in, and then I'm going to bring in Garden Green, and we'll stamp this taller tree, the tall slim tree. There's different names for these pines, isn't there? I'm not all up to speed with all that, but we're going to stamp it first generation. Then I'm going to move it down a bit and give it a bit of a second generation, so it has a bit more fullness. Right, so when you stamp off like this, I'm going to start coloring this image. Now you can die cut first if you prefer. Totally up to you. I'm going to be using light old olive and light shaded spruce for my coloring. Shade Express is one color I have not. I like the color. Just bear with me while I tighten this. I do like the color. I haven't used it heaps and heaps, but let me fix that. Let's start with Old Olive, and I just added today Old Olive into my card because I can see that my Old Olive is running a little bit low. It's you can feel the colors just, especially on my brush tip's gone anyway, but it's just looking a bit dull in sections, and I'm going, I need to order it before it completely goes because I really use it a lot and wouldn't want it to run out. It's a good base, for anything. So I am going in and just adding some color with this, the Old Olive. I'm going to be mixing colors here because I'm adding garden green. I was trying to achieve a sort of garden green tone, and we don't have garden green in Stampin' Blend. And I like the mix that it provides when you mix combined colors. So I'm basically going on those fronds there. Our retreat was using the Elegant Pine Snowflake Suite. So if you missed out, you can still join in the sense of you can purchase the retreat and get all the replays and everything. It's on our classroom. So it's all available. It was so much fun. Hi, Marnie. Good to see you. How are you doing? How's your school term going? Bit hectic, term 4? So I'm going over and I'm going to fill in a little bit of this now. And I'll come back in. You'll see the color. I expected this to be a bit dark, and I'm happy it's this like softer color. It's a beautiful, I think for Christmas, it's a lovely color. See my tip? It's just I use it for splattering and stuff. So I don't really look after it. I do whatever needs to be done to get splattered. I am following the line, sort of the direction of the fronds. So I think that's what they call. Sort of you go the direction of those branches. So it gives you that look anyway. The stamp has done the work for you, so you don't need to do heaps. I'm going to bring back in my Old Olive. So I am creating a bit of a different color palette today with my card. I have tried to steer away from too much of the black and gold and all that. I have used the paper by trying to provide different ways you can use those combinations to add some color into your card, so you're not limited by the black and white. The black and white and gold is really elegant. However, sometimes you had such a 12 by 12 pack, lots of paper. I sometimes want variation and create some different looks. That's what I've tried to go for in this class, giving you ideas. Now with this class, if you're in Australia, you can purchase the kit to create all 4 cards. And the price includes the postage, and I have got the links there. You can also purchase the PDF worldwide, so that will be available later. Like if you purchase it now, I will email it to you later this week. It's just that I want the fourth class to be done, and then it's fine. I'm going back in with the shaded spruce. So, but I've got other tutorials in my store, which you can download. After the class, it becomes available. So I'm just adding some depth in between those branches, so it adds shadow. It'll blend out and settle the color. But I like that variation we get with the two colors. Just fill in some of that gap. For the base, I picked something that would go with the rest of my card. I'm going with ivory. No, ivory is not one you pick up like I would pick up normally for things like this. It's really nice. Oh wow, that's Pretty Woman the musical. No, there was one. Was that good? All right. So we're going to die cut those. I've also got a few other things, and I will bring that in a second. So we've got the die cut for that. We're going to fussy cut that. I'm going to die cut this. That'll fit in nicely. I can do that as well. Then where did my little top thing go? I kept it so safe. I'm sure I brought it in. It's probably got stuck to me somewhere. Lucky there's a second one. Goodness. I kept it so safe. Well, so I said it was safe. It's not safe, clearly. But okay, let's get another one. This one's a little bit bigger, I think, but it'll rock up. It's a matter of when. The hours I spend looking for dyes, I tell you what. Aren't I tired? Yes, Sharon, I am. I had a nap right after the retreat. I was so tired, and it was so much fun. You see, it was such a good weekend. Let me move this off there. But, and I did contemplate, I thought, should I move this tomorrow? But honestly, I have a meeting tomorrow. And then I thought, the days are busy. And if I don't do it, I'll never get the time to not do it. Now is as good a time as any. Let's cut all that out. You have a knife block beside a craft. Put your dies in there. Is it magnetic or something, Sharon? Okay, pardon my silliness. And okay, that was really bad. It's moved. Okay, so that is super bad. Okay, I'm gonna pull that die and I'll show you what I normally do. I can fuss it around that. A lot of that bottom kind of gets cut out. This is what I do. All right, I just do it like this. I'll move it, just fiddle. So it's a little bit on the right hand side. The right hand side is invariably going, the way I've positioned it on my card is going to get covered. So that's good. So I'm just moving my die a little bit to the right because I had overhang on the left. Pretty Woman was good. That's good. Was it 9? Anyone 9 actors? I'm gonna trim that. Okay, I've done, and this is why sometimes we die cut first, and nothing is lost here. We just do some fussy cutting. As I said, this will get an extra close shave. It's all right. I have another cut. I'll show you how it worked, but I didn't quite like how that turned out. So this part anyway is going to be covered, as I said. So you see how things happen on the dot sometimes. And then I'm going to cut while I'm at it. I'll stamp first, I think, with that sentiment. I'll stamp first. All right. So now we'll fussy cut this one. Again, I'll trim it down. With this die that went with this, I felt it was a little bit big, so that's why I'm fussy cutting. And I also, this one I have double stamped, so one off and one full strength, and then I've repeated the stamping, so it gives a bit more fullness to this tree. And you can also, if you're doing fussy cutting, you can extend like the length, like mine became a bit longer, just the way I double stamped it, but I'm just going to cut it here. I didn't need it that long. Oh, it's a magnetic knife block. Yes, I have got a tiny one of those magnetic trays, but I think I need the bigger ones. I've seen that, which are the heavy duty ones from Merco. Yeah, I've seen them. I need to get one of them. Sometimes I never forget to use those things. I'm just like, I'm hectic sometimes. All right. So we've got that and that. I'm going to put that guy away before he goes missing. And all right, okay. All right. So I will bring in some blending. I'm going to use Melon Mambo, but Melon Mambo is quite a strong color. So I wanted a more muted tone. So I really took off most of my color. So I was just left with a very soft tone. And it's quite, you will find that like it's a nicer tone from, like, for me, then it works well with the palette I was going for. It's not as loud. And then if you want more depth on the top, you can just keep blending it. Because sometimes when you look at the Melon Member cardstock, it looks quite a very heavy color and may not be your style. That's one way you can still use those. Now with the top of this bauble, I'm going to color that with ivory. Right, so and then we can glue that to this. Because then now you can see that I've got like my ivory base of the tree, and then I've got some bit of coordination happening. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get a big piece of cardstock. I'm going to use the Traditions of Christmas label. Right. We're going to Stampin' Garden Green, this sentiment. I wanted to use this because I really hadn't used it, and it was quite a large sentiment, and I think that's what was making me shy away from it. And this works well for that. All right, I'm going to leave it for a sec. Next thing I've got is some designer series paper, and I have picked this, which is the Delicate Pines designer series paper, which we have worked with all weekend, and I think it went nicely with what I'm doing today. And I've matted it. I've got a white mat, which I'm going to create color with ivory. So all I need is this section, right? So I just need the outside, basically, the border. Because then it tones in with the rest of my card. This while I'm using a color that we don't have in our range, I'm using an ink that we don't have in our range, right? But if you say don't have all your cardstock, you can use this technique for creating a matte layer. If you have white cardstock, get some ink and just create your matte layer. So that's just another fun way to do something like that. When you purchase the ivory stamping blends, it comes with it's a double, like a bronze as well. So you get the bronze in there as well. Right, so let's die cut this. And I'm pushing it to the left for so that my elements can sit on the left of it. So you've sometimes you've got to plan your card. I don't always plan my cards, but sometimes I do. Sometimes I do the sentiment as a last thing. But because I wanted to use it like this, I had to work out how it was going to sit. And like a circle wasn't quite right because this had it had a big border at the bottom, which didn't quite work. Not for this design. So let's do that. So we've got that. Okay, so for designer series paper, I have got this dotted piece which has the trees on the back of it. I've got a basic white card base and I'm going to cover the entirety of it with the designer series paper. This is kind of a more softer look because those dots are always, polka dots are always nice. Then I will stick this towards the bottom. Now I can see it's a bit off there, so I'll trim it just slightly. Easier to do it now than when you've got all your elements on. Okay, so glue that on. That's a beautiful sheet of paper. I like it. So now I've probably gone a little bit high there, but that's all right. And we'll arrange this and we'll see how it fits, right? So I can just pop that in the corner there. So the bauble just sits there. We've got this. And then we'll have this tree here. Okay. So that's what I plan to do. So I think the melon mambo is a bit softer and it just adds a nice combination. And I've added it into the greens, and it just, with the ivory, it blends well. What do you think? Then we will add the bauble. I'm going to glue this to the right and add dimensionals on the left. So dimensionals on the left and glue on the right. With the tree, I will adding dimensionals double on the left, one on the right. So one, double on the left, and one on the right. Gonna see where it falls there. That might need an extra one. Yeah, I think it needs another one. Just see how it falls, because if it's on this, you will only need one. Right. And then I'm just going to tuck that in between. So again, at the bottom, it's going to be on that empty space, so I'll double that up. And single one in the center. So with the starter kit offer, you've got 5 more days. If you are concerned about meeting any sales or anything, you don't have to have sales. You just need to purchase for yourself. That's enough. But it's an offer to just worth you checking out and enjoying. It's a really good deal. And why spend $235 when you can spend $60 and get $235 off product? It's when you get to choose it as well. Okay, so I've added that. Now I've die cut some stars, and this die is from that die. I've die cut them already. I've die cut them in gold. And I'm going to add one, maybe one here, because I feel like there's a bit of gap there. And this is what you can do. I'm using these like kind of as embellishments. So you could use it. You could add embellishments as well, but this time I'm just adding this as an embellishment, because I think they're nice like that. Even add it that way. No, I'll stick it there. Your placement will vary. If you have like an ink spot that you need to cover, just place it like where you need it. That's what we do, isn't it? Gonna turn that around a bit. So our card is done there. Got a couple of strips of designer series paper, which I'm going to pop on the inside. You plan everything out too with your card prep. Yeah, it's a little bit easier like that. Sometimes it's hard with the placement. Okay, let's get some scrappy bits and let's add a bit of garden green on the inside. You could go old olive or even some shaded spruce would work, anything like that. Whatever scraps comes to you first. That's what I say. Even melon mango if you wanted to. I'll do another one. That's a bit wonky, but it's okay because I'm going to cover that with the DSP. You could even fussy cut these trees, and that would be nice too. This paper is like got a lot in it, in the sense of a lot you can do with it. And if you like the black and white look as well, you can just go with that. I think that finishes that off nicely, and then I will do my next piece just for my envelope. That's all. So we have a bit of some coordination. Right. These sort of things, when you have leftovers like this, I know you don't want to hoard, but if you have like little tags and things, you can put them, make banners out of them. Just have things like that ready to go. Sit and make a bunch of tags or like gift tags, or add them to scrapbook pages as banners, and it just make it adds something extra. You've created it, and yeah, it's ready to go. It's at the bottom of something. I do that all the time. Just pick the bits and pieces off your desk and add it. So our card is done. No, it's not. I lie. A ribbon with this twine, which is part of the suite. It's all black and white and gold. So there's a black and white one and a black and black and gold one. No, white and gold and black and gold. I knew I've got it wrong. I'm gonna put it in the middle of my bubble. So that's so that's the card done. I'll show you my original, which had the outer line, which I had die cut properly. This one I had to fussy cut because the star slipped as I die cut. But other than that, pretty much the same. I hope you have enjoyed that, and I will have a supply list for you to so you can recreate it and order whatever you need. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have an excellent week ahead of you and stay safe, everyone. Bye bye.